Well, ended up having some computer problems that ended the stream a little prematurely. It was very weird at the end of the stream. Computer like froze, but the stream was still working, and then the computer just like killed all of my open programs except for my trading platform, which was very convenient. So I ended the stream early, but got 3 trades in. You see those right now. I'm loving the price action today, honestly, but the fills are hard to control, I guess is a better way to say that. Just like finding cheap trades is tough in a very volatile environment like today was. But overall, had a great time with it until the computer froze. Excited to see what the rest of the session brings. But yeah, you can get 80% off with code TBM on all Apex accounts right now. It's 1 day to pass, a little longer on that, and then that sale is ending. So 80% off for a little bit longer. I'm trading 20 of the 50K Apex funded accounts. And let's go and dive into today's recap. Yo, good morning. Welcome. Happy Thursday. Last stream for a week. We're at the bottom of the daily range. Maybe trying to push out of it. We'll see. We got a little, look at the little daily trend line currently going on down here at the lows. We had NVIDIA earnings yesterday. The Nas used to love Apple only, and now it seems like it just loves NVIDIA. I don't know. Let's see. News on the session. We've got, we had jobless claims at 7:30. And then we've got pending home sales at 9. If you're a nat gas trader, the widow maker as they call it, you got news at 9:30. Then we got Trump with Trump talking at 11:20, Trump talking at 1, and some Fed heads from 10:45 through basically the close. But during the stream, nothing really other than pending home sales, wherever that went. Pending home sales. We are opening up near the overnight highs, not quite at, but near. We got overnight highs and yesterday's value area high around 385, 390 or so. Yesterday's IB at 73. Looks like we've been tapping that a couple times. Got a block and VWAP down at 81. You know, open flush into VWAP, honestly, could be kind of interesting. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm probably gonna wait my first 15 minutes like I always do. Do my best to do that. But opening flush into VWAP could be interesting for a rebound back into yesterday's value area high and the overnight highs. If we flush VWAP, we're watching for 200 and yesterday's close at 190. Yesterday's value area low at 170. So really that 30-point range, 200 to 170, pretty interesting for the bounce spots there. Also yesterday's IBL. But we'll see if we kind of get some legs off the bottom of the range here. If we can pop yesterday's high at 411 or so. Markets are open. So pop the overnight highs, then a rotation into yesterday's high, 411 after that, uppies, yeah? Let's be smart, let's be patient, let's have a good day. Let's get lit today. I'll read out several dad jokes yesterday, today, tomorrow, this weekend maybe. Do like 3 or 4 jokes, and then we'll get 3 or 4 on next Thursday. VWAP goated? Yeah, dude, for real. The problem is that we got these blocks. I should have talked about it. I didn't take the VWAP because of these blocks. Also, it's not 15 minutes in, so I'm not green-lighted to trade, but nice slab, 100 points off the high so far. You know, a heavy close through VWAP is not really a good thing usually. So we'll see how this candle closes out in the next 4 minutes. Usually a heavy close through VWAP means continuation, which in this case would be 200, 190 to 200. I retract my statement on mellow opening. Yeah, right. Magical 20s coming in. I mean, this is heavy through VWAP. This candle is 80 points. Counting, 90 points, I guess. 90 points, almost 100 points in 3 minutes. Wow, 100-point candle. And some. This is like a 120-point candle, Jesus. And we got volume now at the lows. 309 to 187. 130-point 5-minute candle with volume being conducted down at the literal lows at 188, basically. Bouncing off yesterday's close. I mean, golly, it's doing everything that we talked about. It's just like, did it kind of fast, man. All right, so in the next minute, I'll be green-lighted to trade, which means I can start taking trades. I think what would be interesting would be like close at 200 or something, come back down, test volume, and then rip it out of it. But I don't know if we're going to do that. Looks like we're just sweeping new lows again. Heavy candle. Everybody survived this candle? This is like, honestly, I don't really get good prime examples of why I wait the first 15 minutes, but this is a pretty good example of why I like to wait the first 15 minutes of the day, because this is the type of candle that can just absolutely wreck you. Straight up wreck you. Obviously, you can crush it too, but if you were long bias and you were just long and staggering this whole way in, even at the prior swing low is 120 points higher. All right, we're just melting away here into the overnight lows potentially. Overnight lows at 111 or whatever that was. Yesterday's low is what I was coming in for, though. 21,053. So 100 points lower would be yesterday's low. 250 points down, still going? Yeah, dude. More than that now. I mean, we ticked 380, right? So it's like 270. Aggressive for sure. And we just swept the overnight lows. The heavy close through VWAP, man. It's pretty telling, honestly. I don't really think that there was like a good short op here. I mean, 220, I guess, on the retest, but that's the only thing there is the magical 20s. I don't know. Mid. But nice slaps. And then we got yesterday's low coming up also at like, what was it at? 2150 or so? We'll see if we can catch a bid before that. That would be interesting. But we got a big block at 21K. If I had to guess, I haven't seen NVIDIA, but I would assume this is probably NVIDIA kind of coming off of earnings. How much is NVIDIA down, chat? Anybody? Got a quick eye for it? 3.5% down? Yeah, there you go. NVIDIA is the Nasdaq these days. For over 420 point IB range now. This is a 70.1 minute candle. 80.1 minute candle. Oh my God. I can see how people would DCA their accounts into oblivion with this kind of move. For sure, dude. Absolutely. It's currently happening. That's sad, but it's definitely currently happening. Almost a 500 point IB range in 20 points. It's lit. It's lit. It's lit. All right. Wednesday, February 26th, yesterday, that because we did not get lit yesterday. What has more letters than the alphabet? What has more letters than the alphabet? The post office. Thursday today. Why did the calendar seem so popular? Why did the calendar seem so popular? Because it had a lot of dates. All right, Friday, February 28th, tomorrow. What happens when the smog lifts in Southern California? UCLA. I think that one is terrible. That's like potentially the worst one that's come through this whole joke. Or whole calendar. And then this weekend, March 1st and 2nd, new month coming up. What do you call a blind deer? What do you call a blind deer? No idea. Alrighty. Like, are we about to V-bottom this? I don't know. Delta looks kind of good, but everything's been so heavy. And now we got volume here at the lows also. Ooh, or not necessarily the lows. We're like a long way off the lows, but we're 100 points off the lows already. But we do get volume on the downward part of the move. It's a lot of movement to the downside without any sort of rally. So a little rally, I definitely think makes sense in some capacity. The question is, how do you get into it? And should you be playing the upside of the rally or playing for a continuation of the trend? It could rip 200 points and then sell to new lows. Absolutely. And that's the scary part, man. I mean, tight little doji, 50% retrace of the doji, and volume at 60 could be interesting. It would look like this. The 15-point stop. Dude, honestly, like, I think on a day like this, with this much level of volatility, like the 10 points is kind of aggressive. I want to take profit. I think I could probably open it up a little bit. What's the VIX at? VIX is at 1968. Nothing too crazy. Ran the highs. 10 points is a queef and the king at this point. I probably shouldn't write that one out loud. Oh, what cartoon is it, chat? The pull yourself together. You know what I'm talking about? My God, pull yourself together. It's on the tip of my tongue. Incredibles, yes. Yeah, it's Incredibles. Thank you. I'm too old. Dude, Incredibles though, that was a long time ago. Let's see. The Incredibles came out in 2004. If that doesn't make you feel old as crap, I don't know what does. Well, actually, there's a lot of things that could probably make you feel old, but 2004, man. That's crazy. Okay, so we had a flush with no opportunities to short. Honestly, it was all momentum, just straight down, no pullbacks at all for like 400 or 500 points. And now we are ripping. We've had one little opportunity, one little pullback, and then it's just basically been straight up ever since then. Also, another 100 points straight up with no pullbacks. Maybe rolling over at the 80s and, you know, overnight lows here. I don't know. The fact that a 20-point move looks as minuscule as it is insane. It looks like nothing going on. I'm in short. And I'm stopped out of my short. Sweep of the lows. We're right at the overnight lows. I like the area here for getting short. I wanted us to hold these wicks and not run it. But a run of the wicks means that we're in territory of running 120. I like the play. Obviously, Delta's just kind of doing its thing. We've been a little flat at these highs. In this push, we kind of popped a little bit, but nothing too crazy. I still like the rotation here down. I think I might have just gotten swept. But I'm not trusting with the amount of volatility we have right now. If we sweep these wicks, I thought that we were going to have a very strong rotation, you know, a very strong rotation potential into 120s, 140s, honestly. But I like the rotation back down into 70s, 60s. Just an unfortunate top tick exit, and that's a full target, 20 points. I mean, we got yesterday's value or low, VWAP, etc. 63 is definitely interesting, but then VWAP's up at 85, also interesting. Value area low, prior wick, all at 60, 63 or so. Yeah, yesterday's close up there too, right around VWAP. Like, VWAP seems like the magnet. The question is, like, are they just going to front run it or not? Here. Good move that break even. Topped out break even. I think that ran 10 points instantly, maybe even more. I'm not willing to let this run back up. I moved it open to 20 points because the volatility is so high today. I think that, I mean, and it almost did it right away too. So I felt fine with that move going up to 20, but it just like shook me out a little bit. Maybe I should have kept it open a little longer. I don't know, man. But it worked really nicely. I mean, that is the current high. Played really well. Look, we rotate into the overnight lows that I was talking about. Nice. 50% retrace here is kind of clean. I'm going to take a quick stab at it. I'm going to leave it at 10. All right. Took my 10 there. 50% retrace of the lows at the overnight lows. Or 50% retrace of the doji at the overnight lows. Got 10 points there. I like that trade a lot, by the way. Didn't really talk about it too much, but I like that trade a lot. That's like one of my favorite trades to take recently. That trade, and then this, like, honestly, this short at the highs here. I love that trade also. Nice push, like, in this case, several hundred points, but a really nice push without much going on here into an untested wick and yesterday's value area low. Just pretty clean. And that was good for a lot of points.